Hello YouTubers and fellow Whovians. This is another action figure review by me, the Obsessed Whovian 95. Today I will be looking at Captain Jack Harkness and the Empty Child.
Hello YouTubers, and once again welcome to another Doctor Who action figure review. Now this is my second revisited action figure review, and it is of the action figure set which contains Captain Jack Harkness and the Empty Child, a scene from the story The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances from the first series of the revival, starring Christopher Eccleston as the Ninth Doctor. As you may have seen at the beginning of this video, the original wasn't that good. It was pretty terrible quality. So now, as you can see, we have this video in much better quality. So let's start off with Captain Jack Harkness. So as we can see, he looks just like John Barrowman. I think the detail is quite good. I don't think it's as good as the other Captain Jack Harkness that was released later on in the action figure line, but it still looks like him. He's got the World War II jacket and it's painted in the right colour and everything, so it's all accurate. He also has a parting on his right side of his hair, which is correct, seeing as that's how it was during this story. And you can see that he's got his little neck scarf just around there, just underneath the collar. The collar is painting in a sort of lighter shade of blue, like more turquoisey. You couldn't really tell that on the original video as it was just terrible quality. I like the patterns of the dots as well on the little neck scarf. The outer collar is a darker blue. It matches the rest of the jacket. On the jacket it's got all the pockets and you've got bits and creases all around on the arms and the legs, just all around the body on the back as well. And he's got his arms to show that he can fly ships, but not just the ships of a normal kind, what you see in World War II. And you have these bits here which I suppose indicate that he's supposed to be a captain. They're more detail than the other figure, I must admit. Well, the other figure's more detail anyway. The boots or the shoes are painted black, and they're just like that at the bottom. And he's got his belt there, as you can see as well. He comes with his sonic blaster, what he used in this story. So that is the blaster. So it's very nicely detailed. Got the handle which is painted brown, and you've got the rest of it which is more or less painted silver. You've got the handle and everything and all these little bolts, and you may be able to see that parts of it are blue, seeing as the actual energy that comes out of the blaster is blue, just like the sonic screwdriver. So overall, I think it's a really nicely detailed figure. If we just go on to articulation, the head does do a 360, but it is a bit loose and I don't really want to do it that much. The arm can do a 360 as always. The elbows and articulation 360 at the wrists, and the legs can move side to side and they can also go forwards. It's just normal on the figures. And the knees can bend back. The shoes don't move, although they do later on in the line. And that is pretty much all the articulation. So it's pretty standard, really. And overall I think it's a pretty good figure. And now we'll just move on to the other figure, which is the Empty Child. just looks like the Empty Child. He's pointing his finger, which is good. So really the only way to pose this, I suppose, is just like the way I've got it right now, because it look a bit stupid if he was posed like that as one of his fingers are pointing. It looks like he's pointing to the floor of my TARDIS console room. So yeah, what I do when I pose him on the shelf, I just pose him like he's pointing at you, like so he's pointing at the camera, because I think it looks a lot better. It looks a bit more creepier, as the Empty Child is a very creepy villain. I must say the detailing on him is very nice. They've captured the likeness perfectly with the mask and everything, and just the little suit, what he wears, and the shorts, so you can just see that, and the boots are very nicely detailed too. You can see like the inside of the shirt, not that much detail as it's a smaller figure, smaller scale as it's a child. I'm not sure about the hair. I think the hair should be a bit lighter, because if I recall correctly, the little boy who plays him had a lot more blonde hair than that. But it's probably me. Just a minor nitpick. I think it's a really good figure to have on the shelf. The articulation, the head doesn't really do 360 because of the mask. The arms can do a 360. There's no elbow articulation, as it's a small figure. The hands can do a 360, and the legs can move back and forth, but there's no articulation in the ankles or the knees or anything like that, because of the same reason. It's a very small figure. Overall, if I was an action figure collector and not collected this yet, would I get it? Of course. I think this is an absolutely magnificent figure set. It's just such a shame that in my original review of this that I messed up with the quality of my camera. Since then I've learnt a lot, and obviously the quality of this video should be a lot better than the quality of my original action figure review of these two great figures. I hope you're having a great day, YouTubers, and I hope you enjoyed this revisited review of Captain Jack Harkness and the Empty Child, and stay tuned next time.